Hey y'all,
You know
Boogie
my
out.
methods, Watson.
Oh, sod off. Hang on. Get out of here. I don't want to listen to you wild. Leave me alone. Much better. Anyway, hey y'all, Boogie Night here. How's it going? And welcome back to Sonic Boogie Plays Sherlock Holmes, the Devil's Daughter. It's been a while since I played this, but I think I've caught up on everything. So when we last left off Holmes, we went down to the Green Dragon Tavern down by the docks in a very seedy part of town to try and get information about who might have bombed my place. Came up with the hair-lip man who was doing some dirty work for an old gang that Holmes had shut down in the past, only to be rudely interrupted by Wilde. No surprise there. And we were... reasons I don't quite understand why. We saved him and brought him back here. So basically what we need to do now is... no, that's not it. Here we go. Like I said, it's been a while. We tried to track him down, realized his name is Jeremiah, but we need to disguise ourselves to gain the trust of her. We also need to find Wiggins, who apparently we were going to do some sort of seance to gain her trust. So we need to go to her. There we go. Task for Wiggins. Can always help organize the exorcism. He's always at Baker Street. So I think what we need to do is we need to disguise ourselves as a priest of some sort. So we're going to get out of our vagabond outfit. I want to go back to the doctor. No. Morning again. No. 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 There we go. Pastoral outfit. Okay, let's get rid of that Bronze Joseph because you look utterly hideous. Of course not. No. Soul Patch? Hang on. You know, we could go as Brian Blessed here if we really wanted to. No one's going to know who that is. Let's go ahead and just keep it simple. Let's do the glasses. And then hair and a hat. You know what? In for a penny, in for a pound. I feel dirty doing this whole outfit, but we kind of have to at this point. So, hang on, let's just have a good look. Nope, hang on. Here we go, R. My God, man. You look like a Mennonite.
You see, but you do not observe the distinction.
Toby, I am so sorry.
Oh my, I see you and Kate are best friends already.
Alright, so we need to go find Wiggins. Let's see what we can do. I want to put my trilby back on, but that really doesn't fit the character. Anyway, I hope you guys are having as much fun with this game as I am. I think it's such a blast. Oh, hey, there's Wiggins. Good morning, Governor. Wiggins, how are you?
Wiggins, an exorcism, protocol 2.5 on Lambeth Street.
Yeah, you can count on us, Gov.
Yes! I love Wiggins. Are we... Nope. Okay, no, we're back as the pastor. Well, I know at least I know how to go into that mode. So, we need to go to Lambeth Street. So, instead of just doing the fast travel, let's actually... before we take the cart, just in case we have to do our balancing act, let's do this one more time. Because I was embarrassed the last time I did the balancing game. Anywho, okay. Now, this is good practice because I do kind of want to finish Embers of Miram, but that's a dual controller, and there's no snowball's chance in hell that I'm going to use a mouse and keyboard for Embers of Miram. People remember that from, well, probably no one remembers that from my charity stream that I started streaming with, but that's beside the point. Which you can find at twitch.tv/BoogieNight75. Anywho. Okay, so let's go ahead and fast travel over to Lambeth Street. Now that we're disguised as a pastor. Lambeth Street, sir? Lambeth Street, here we go. Looking very bored. That's not reading his parenting book. I guess that's probably not the case, being the fact that Kate is getting enthralled by the creepy woman downstairs with the morgue in her second bedroom. This game is so interesting. I mean, I love how
We're ready, Gov.
How the two intertwine with each other. How you've got the cases, and then you also are dealing with The woman downstairs, I forget her name. Wiggins?
We're ready, Gov.
Alright. What's the street number again? Oh, hang on, let's go to my notes. Nope. Where do we go? Like I said, it's been a while since I played this. Caitlin. Okay, Caitlin's the woman downstairs. Alice. Alice is the woman downstairs. Caitlin's the daughter. You twit. But I forget the address. Bollocks. Well, either way, this might be it. No, this isn't it. But nope. This is it? Nope, that's not it. Hang on, oh, this is it. There she is, upside
I
stairs.
should find a way to attract the attention of Jeremiah's mother.
That was good. Maybe we have to go in through the back? Oh, actually, let's go activate imagination mode. Nope, one more time. There's a delay. Could have Wiggins scale.
We're ready, Gov.
Yes, but... Oh, hang on, we got stuff in the street. Brilliant. Oh! I don't want to break the damn thing. Just want to get our attention. Okay, so a little less power. Not quite the Tim Allen approach, but hey, second time, not bad.
Little rascal! Refrain from anger and forsake wrath. Fret not yourself, it tends only to evil.
Nicely done,
Thank
sir.
you, Father. You are so kind. Those brats are always causing trouble. Now, where are my manners? May I offer you a cup of tea as a small thank you?
I don't know if... God bless you, sister.
My name is Margaret Thorne. It is an honor that God sent you to me.
You appear grieved, sister. Is it because of those children?
Oh, no. It is my son, Jeremiah. I fear that he is doing bad things, Father.
How bad?
Aye.
I don't know. He has just become nervous and angry and rude. And he used to be such a nice boy. These days he won't spend any time at all with us. Not even with Janet, his younger sister. He hides himself away inside his room and locks the door. And he won't open it for anyone.
Okay, Jeremiah's occupation.
And where is your son?
I don't know where he is. He hasn't come back from last night. I'm so worried.
Perhaps his absence is connected with his job. Where does he work?
I don't know if he has a job, Father. I've asked him several times, but he just gets angry and won't speak.
Well, obviously. What he's doing is seedy, to say the least. Jeremiah's acquaintance.
Perhaps Jeremiah is being poorly influenced by his friends.
I wouldn't know. He never mentions any friends. I am afraid that he could be possessed by the devil himself.
Wonk.
He's changed so drastically lately.
That was the sound
He
of a
won't
plot
tell
point
me
dropping.
anything, and he flies into rages and shouts at me. I don't know what to do.
He and Alice could be cut from the same cloth if we're talking about that. Anyways, let's search for the demon.
Don't distress yourself, sister. You were right to confess. Truly, I can feel an evil presence in this apartment.
God!
Allow me to search for the demon in this house.
God bless you, Father.
Look, if you want to go demon hunting, just call my buddy Alex from Spectral Wolfpack. Homeboy knows his stuff. Okay, so we can search. Well, let's just do a scrap run. We'll talk to her in a minute. Oh, we're going to imagination mode.
Window!
Oh, damn it.
Window frame!
No, let's do it again. Damn it, QTEs.
Window! Window frame! I must protect you from demonic pain!
Wiggins, you magnificent bastard!
Father, it's a demon.
Oh.
Oh, Holy Spirit, save your pans from demons and poor musicianship!
Oh my god. This is brilliant. This like the dynamic duo action. How is this going to work though from the far side? I don't know if this is going to work, but we'll give it a go. Oh, Wiggins is outside with a spoon or something.
Bookcase and books, possessed wood and words, expel your literary demons!
Damn, I love Wiggins. Not as much as Toby, but you know me, I love dogs.
Fire and flames, better for crumpets than foul-toothed demons. Be gone and bring peace.
Haha. Screw Batman and Robin. This is the dynamic duo. Holmes and, well, Watson too. But Wiggins, I want to see more of Watson though. I want to see more of Toby.
Wooden door, iron handle, battle the demon, unholy vandal.
Achievement unlocked, Exorcism 2.5.
Sister, you saw that the demon has taken shelter in Jeremiah's room. I should go there alone.
God save us.
Sister, wait for me outside. This fight will be a fierce one.
God help us. I'll do what you say.
Brilliant. Alright, shut the door. Let's have a squint at everything. Let's look at the case.
Does he plan to escape from London?
Probably. I do love the intricacies of this. I really can't say enough about this. Like, this game incorporates so much, but it doesn't make it feel busy. And it really, truly immerses yourself. And this quest, this case is a marked improvement over Study in Green so far. It gets you back to the basics. Alright, so we got... Ooh, this looks like a switch from the bomb.
One of the solenoids for creating a bomb.
Okay. Picture of his mom.
This is probably Janet, Jeremiah's sister.
Oh, okay. Nothing in the case. More schematics.
A schematic for a homemade bomb.
Ah, okay.
This is evidence enough to put Jeremiah behind bars.
Yes, but who does he work for is the question. Let's take a look at the deductions. On purpose. We've already done... No, where's the new piece? Visitor? Jack Cole. We've already talked about Cole. We've already done all of these. Clues. Here we go. Attacker, homemade bomb. No. Components, yeah. Okay, we'll worry about that in a second. But we do know the components in the bomb go hand in hand. Alright, so we have more connections. Let's look at options. Alright, so we only have one person. Jeremiah is the person whom we saw in the tavern, and the same man who made the attempt on Holmes' life. So we have a connection here. Before we look at this, the visitor... Okay, so that is only one. Let's look at this, though, the bomb maker. The bomb that was thrown at 221B Baker was handmade by Jeremiah, so that should connect here, or it's just a lone thing. Here we go. So Jeremiah visited Jack the Hammer Cole to discuss the attempted assassination of Holmes to discuss the next stage of the plan, or Jeremiah visited Jack the Hammer Cole only to bring a bag of stolen items probably to sell. Let's just look at both for a hot second. That does nothing. Let's look at attempt. Jack Cole is guilty. Well, there's more stuff to look at, so I want to look at everything before we make our deduction and go straight to conclusion, because we kind of did that. Yeah, Ooh, something's in the bin? What is that?
It looks as though this letter was torn up in rage.
Ah,
I
boy.
should reassemble the fragments to read what was written.
Once again, if this was CJU, we'll put it in fast motion to the tune of Professor Layton. Which, I mean, you know me. I mean, I'm not a general fan of stuff put into fast motion because I want to see everything, because I'm an idiot like that. But there is something quite amusing about the Professor Layton stuff that CJU does. No, okay, so it's just all empty stuff. Well, we can fit you here. Fit you here. I'll bet you dollars to Deutschmarks there's a piece missing. I bless the rains down in Africa. No. No. No, there you go. That's Blessing the Rains. There we go. Pieces assemble. No, there we go. Like riding a bike. There we go. And lickety splits.
It appears that Jeremiah received a threatening letter from somebody known as the Dart.
Oh, I was trying to read. Here we go. Hey, Jeremiah, I just like to remind you that this world can be a cruel and unforgiving place, especially for those that don't keep the promises to finish what they started. It would be pretty rotten if someone you loved or cared for, such as your sister, ended up in the joy house, the Dart. The Dart. Okay, so we got to go back to Baker Street, and from 1888. So we got to. Okay, cool. So we got to believe in that, and then we've done all that. So now we got to go back and look at our archives.
He was at the center of a notorious case from 1888.
Okay, so mission accomplished.
It's over. The demon is defeated.
Oh, thank you. Bless you, Father.
Now, pray for Jeremiah's soul and give thanks, sister. Goodbye.
Lord be praised. Goodbye.
Wiggins better get a nice payout from this one. Let's get out of this outfit. This is ridiculous. I want to get back into my doctor's outfit. I want to go back and look like David Tennant. Oh, for a second I thought I got really foggy. Where's Wiggins? Wiggins, where are you? Well, either way, we'll find him. Back to Baker Street. Light on your feet and dead, or light on your head and dead on your feet. I know. I make a Jerry Rafferty reference every time I see Baker Street. What? I like that song, thank you very much. Let's actually know he's back to reading about parenting. About Caitlin. It sucks seeing their relationship fall apart through the course of this game, even though it's all Alice's. It's pretty much. Well, it's partly Holmes' fault, it's partly Alice's fault. Let's go back and find Wiggins really quickly and see if we can give him a nice payout. Wiggins. Alright, my friend.
What can I do for you, Mr. Holmes?
Okay, he's just hanging out. Well, let's stay as the priest a moment longer, just until we get our next break in the case, but we do need to look at our archives first.
My name is Sherlock
I
Holmes.
hate you.
It is my business to know what other people don't know.
Stay here, don't move.
Good. Say hi to Toby. What's up, buddy?
Oh my, I see you and Kate are best friends already.
Yeah, love that dog.
You
Thanks
see
to
what you
Wilde,
do
my
not
analysis
observe.
table has
Shut
been
up.
completely
It's
destroyed.
clear.
I know, it's just a game, but come on. There are characters that get under your skin no matter which game you play. I mean, think about it. Let me know in the comments below what kind of characters in games piss you off. There we go, the Dart in prison. Sherlock Holmes and Scotland Yard have caught the famous Walworth gang leader, Percy the Dart Fleming. The Walworth gang were involved in criminal activities, including extortion, in addition to operating several brothels, the most famous of which being London's White Swan. The police raid has created significant financial difficulties for the gang. The judge has found the Dart guilty and has sentenced him to 7 years in prison.
Here it is.
So I bet we have to get back and talk to Lestrade. Called it. Okay, so let's get out of... You know what, let's actually stay as this. Okay, so back to Lestrade to apprehend... We're just rounding up the usual suspects like out of Casablanca. Or the usual suspects in the movie The Usual Suspects. The greatest trick the devil ever pulled was convincing the world he didn't exist. And like that, he's gone. Great movie. Really... Oh. Bloody hell, I did Lambeth Street. You twit. See, I'm so used to going back and forth between Lambeth and Baker. Also, I need to get more sleep. I know, they're like the bare naked ladies who need sleep. Yeah, you're never gonna get it. Anybody see the bare naked ladies sing One Week in the Thanksgiving Day Parade? I will be honest, it kind of made me smile a little bit, because I remember singing that song back in... God, I must have been... I think I
Please,
was...
sir, release my son. Mr. Holmes?
I think I was either early high school or late middle school when that song came out.
At your service, Mr. Holmes.
Oh, that's nice of you. Anything in the evidence log? Probably not. Okay, now we don't need to do anything until after we talk to Lestrade. Hello, jackass. Apprehend Percy Fleming.
Lestrade, I have a suspect in our case. It's Percy Fleming. Can you apprehend him?
I'll give the order to the constables.
Sometime later.
Inspector, we have the second suspect for you.
Now, just admit that Scotland Yard is looking after you well, eh?
Well, I'd be of little use to you dead.
Yeah. You know, there is a bit of, like, mutual respect out of the two, even though they
How can I help you, Mr. Holmes?
completely and utterly despise one another. Let's go look at the evidence before we talk to the dart. Maybe there's something of substance. Uh-huh. Okay, so that's already... That's, the first one. Let's look at this guy. So we have a cane of some sort with an interesting looking head to that.
Well, that's rather tasteless.
It only did own a brothel. Let's look at the notepad.
It looks like encrypted records.
Ah, hell. We are going to take it with us. That's cool. Okay, so we're done with this. No, there's still more. Oh, hang on. Is that... Aha! It's a coin of some sort. Some sort of secret... Lovely.
A spintria, used in the brothels of ancient Rome.
There we go. Now we're done. Search archives on the encrypted. Oh, that should be interesting. Archive decipher them. Okay. Now let's go talk to Percy Fleming while we're here before we go back to Baker Street. Okay. Alright, wake up.
At your service, Mr. Holmes. What's the reason for my arrest? This is an outrage.
Come on.
Good day to you, Mr. Holmes.
Well, I did examine his belongings already.
Please, escort this
There we go.
suspect for interrogation.
Oh, that was Cole, the hammer that we was
A
trying,
good
we're trying
day
to
to
get.
you, Percy the Dart Fleming.
Oh, good lord.
It's the flopper.
Flopper. You're aware of what happened at Baker Street the other night. I'd say I'm a little luckier than that.
Well, I don't give a fig.
Alright, let's look at the profile first. Bloody hell. So, something's up with his ear. Oh boy, here we go. I'm gonna say gang warfare. Because if he was beaten in childhood, there'd be more marks. We have a handkerchief. Definitely fashion. I mean, look how gaudy he is. Along with these buttons. Well, we can definitely tell he's got the makings of ye olde pimp. Westgate prison tattoo, probably. Numerous rings, ostentatious. Well, that goes without saying. Percy Fleming, also known as the Dart, is a leader of the Walworth gang and owner of several brothels. Fleming's business is going well. He is an affluent man. Fleming is a fashionable and eccentric man who takes care of himself. The scar on his face bears witness to the participation in gang warfare. The Dart spent 7 years in Westgate prison and was only recently released. Now let's look at the alibi.
What were you doing 2 nights ago around 1 a.m.?
I was at the White Swan.
The White Swan? The brothel that you own? That can't be counted as an alibi.
What do I need an alibi for?
Let's talk about Jeremiah the Note.
Does the name Jeremiah ring any bells with you?
It's the first time I've heard it.
My ass. There we go.
How about this threatening letter that bears your name?
Oh, I remember now. A threat? Come on. Just a reminder for him to pay his debts. It's just a small one, and it's a matter of principle.
Right.
How do you know him?
Ah, he's always coming around begging for odd jobs. But he just talks rubbish. He's off his head.
So, well, okay, let's talk about the hammer.
Do you have any business with Jack the Hammer Cole?
I have. He sometimes provides my business with goals. But he's stupid. A hot-headed clown. Yeah. I'd be worried about him if I were you.
Yes?
He told me what you did to his brother, and, well, let's just say he hates you.
A lot of people hate me. Let's look at the note.
What's this note?
I don't know.
It was among your belongings.
So what?
Alright. So, dialogue, we've already looked at all that. There we go. So, we have got to... First one says the Jack called, provided cards. Let's go ahead and see if we can talk to the Hammer before
Please, escort this suspect for
we
interrogation.
go back to Baker Street. We kind of want to see, just wrap up everything in one place before we move on. Let's look at the relation with Percy.
Tell me about the business that you have with Percy Fleming.
What? I don't have any business with him.
No? Oh. Oh, you supply girls to his institution. He's confessed.
Well, he's a liar.
Oh boy.
Oi, why did you tell them I supply girls to your brothel?
Eh? What are you talking about?
What's the reason for my arrest?
Is this gonna take long?
Okay, so Percy Fleming is kind of caught in a lie. Maybe. Possibly. Let's go back to Baker Street. Because he's denied saying he didn't say anything to the Hammer. This is getting confusing. This is interesting. So we have two suspects, plus more deductions we haven't quite figured out yet. We gotta go look at our archives and see if we can decrypt this note. The plot thickens. This is very interesting indeed. Alright, so back to Baker. Let's see what it has to say. Okay, perhaps my archive can help me decipher them. So, let's start over here. There we go. Encrypted records. We don't have to worry about our...
The text is encrypted. If it's Caesar's shift code, it might be easily deciphered.
Okay, in which case then it's not. Okay, so... Yeah, exit anyway, because I don't think it's in the newspapers. We need to go over here to the books. Never mind. Okay, we're back to the newspapers.
The text is encrypted. If it's Caesar's shift code, it might be easily deciphered.
I don't even know what it means to be Caesar's shift code. We just scroll? I guess. Ah!
Elementary.
Okay, so it was just keep scrolling. That was simple. List of debtors. Okay.
It's a notebook filled with debts. And Jeremiah's name is on the list.
Brilliant. That was cleverly done. Just can you take that ridiculous hat off, Toby, please?
Get into the cab, quickly!
Oh, hell. Still dressed up as Holmes.
Follow that cab.
Oh no, one of these. Some evidence requires additional investigation. Okay, yeah. Well, we can't do anything with our table. The bloke is still dressed up as me. He thinks he's taking Holmes. Can we just please shoot him? How much do you know where we're going?
I should find a way to get inside.
I'm still dressed up as the ridiculous priest. Oh well. Cleverly done regardless. Through the hole in the wall. Where are we? Brought an Abbey. Nope. Oh, hell. Roving guards. Bloody hell. Let's just watch him for a minute and see what his route is. All of a sudden I'm playing Dishonored like all over again. It looks like it's a simple route. Doing the square route. No pun intended. So... I have to play a little bit of roundy round, I think. Just like playing Dishonored. Except not as crazy difficult. So, bloody hell. Is this guy just on a regular roundy round? Yes, yeah, just a regular post. Okay, so I think what we need to do... Hell.
I heard something.
Crap. And we're dust.
I heard something. Something.
Damn it. Well, that sucked. Oh, bloody hell, we're back to the beginning again. Okay. We got this. We can do this. We're not going to do the puzzle skip like we did in a study in green. That, still kicking myself over that. Come on now. Keep up your route. There you go. Aha! Roundy round again. So with him, let's...
Something moved. That was nothing.
Whew, that was close. So we do have to mind our footing. So when he does on his route, we'll sneak around to the next grave site. Watch out for the rocks. And then around again. And then when he sneaks around again, we'll proceed onward and upward. There's another roving guard. And we need to be ticklish, to say the least. Sorry, I'm using a Lovecraft quote. I don't think we can get past the gate. I think we have to go over there across that tree limb. Let's wait and watch. I think this guard we don't have to worry about, but I think we need to get past over there. I need to see where this guard went, because he is on patrol somewhere. Yeah, I think that tree branch is our crossing point. I saw a guard earlier. Just don't know bloody where he went. Do we chance it? I think we chance it. Nope, never mind. Here he comes. Called it. So when he goes back again and this guy finishes his route, we duck over there. Or we make our break right now. Nope, never mind. Gonna move fast enough. Bloody hell. We got it this time. the corner there. There we go. Now wait for this guy who's coming around again. It's going to get back into our flow. Alright, we're safe from this jackwagon. I gotta focus on this dude. I need to get his movements down as well. So let's wait and watch. And track him. Oh, I think we're gonna get caught for this. Nope, we're...
Something moved.
Nope. Nothing here.
Huh?
Phew, that was close. Okay, so he's gonna go back and around. We are going to thread the needle carefully now. Yep. Another bloke over there. See which way he went. I think the only thing we can really do in parts like this is follow them without getting caught and get to the next bolt hole. At least that's my story. Okay, so this guy's on a tighter bit of a route, so we do need to see when he stops and when we can do the old sneak past. We can't. So we are going to have to closely stick around with him and get to that next bolt hole.
Something moved. Something moved. I heard something. I heard something.
Damn it! We were close. Ah, bloody hell, we're back at the beginning again. It's okay. It's okay. We're gonna do this. Just got stupid, that's what. But now we're learning the routes, so I think this will be a bit on the easier side. And, like, there's no... I mean, okay, so there is a fair way to escape. I mean, this is not like Dishonored or the Thief games where you can work your way into escaping. You know, this is a one-touch, one-touch, you're done kind of thing. But we can't get greedy. That is... the kicker is you can't let yourself be greedy with this. This is a... What did you...
Something moved.
There we go.
Huh?
Ooh. Okay. So continue your route. Oh, bloody hell, he's stuck. I could use this to our advantage. Hey! Bugs! Actually, that works well with him being stuck there. That means we don't have to worry really too much about getting caught. We can just thread the needle once more. No, you didn't.
Something moved. Something moved.
Damn it! Ah, I got greedy again. Bloody hell. Stay behind the wall. Wait for him to make his rounds. This is getting frustrating. I really don't want to skip this. I feel like this is so simple. I feel like that's probably also one of the last of the guards. Maybe there'll be one more. Maybe. Just keep around here. There we go. I don't want that bug to come back. That was great. It's him stuck there. There's one less guard chasing me down. But, you know, what can you do about it? So we can go maybe down the fairway this time. Past the wall. Can we do it? Oh, we're gonna be cutting it close. And he splits the upright. There we go. Get in the corner there. Let's see what's going on down here. No, I didn't want to do imagination mode. Get back here. Ooh, that was close. And there's the tree. Called it. There we go. We didn't have to do the skip. And we might have to do a balancing act. Oh good, the game saved. Nope, just gonna walk across casually. That's my boy. We've played for almost an hour now, so sadly we might have to stop in a little bit. But we'll have to go topside here. Seriously, why do we have to rescue this numbskull? Oh, there's the carriage. Scratch marks. Blood. Fresh stains. Panic reflex. Broken glass. Brute force. Okay.
There was a fight here. Orson attempted to resist, but someone or something convinced him otherwise.
Well, it's like they say, chloroform the one you love. And I'm going to hell for that comment. Well, we have scaffolding, so we could be able to climb that up. Or we can just use the gate. That works too. Oh, good. Here we go. Oh, never mind. Cutscene. And this just turned into Assassin's Creed 2. 1, 2, 3, 4. Just kicked him out. Probably realized he wasn't actually Holmes. Bloody hell. We gotta do this again. Well, it still could be worse. It could be studying green all over again. We do have the option to skip if we really do get frustrated, but I don't want that to be the case. Okay, so we have just a standard roving guard. That we can play roundy round with. Two guards over there.
Ah, their cousin's out fighting bobbies and stealing antiques, and what do I heard something. Guard duty.
Crap.
Huh? I heard something.
No, you didn't.
heard something. Huh?
Okay, so sneak around here. Ah, thank you. Now we can actually make some short work done. So, got a guard there, 2 guards there. But he's roving. Oh boy. Oh, it's another ladder. Okay. Better have 1 roving guard than those guards in place. I'm being ballsy right now. I'm behind a pillar, so I don't think he's going to see me. Okay. Oh, hey, so while he's back there, we can sneak on the other side, I think. We have to be quick, though. Yeah, that's what we have to do, is when he has his back to me, we quickly go around. We're going to have, like, maybe a 1 second variance of error. Clear. Judging by our resident statistician, Marge Inovera, her. Okay, so we're going to have to go quickly. We gotta wait for the roving guard to do his thing. We have to quickly creep around the backstop. Still out of range, so I think we should be okay. Keyword think. Break, go.
The sound of a gong will attract the guards. I need to be careful.
Don't hit the gong then. Okay, this should bring us around the backstop. Can we maybe knock him out? God, wouldn't that be a lark? And how in the name of Christ are you going to be able to do this? If you brush up against him, you're in deep sludge. He's guarding the door, though. Maybe you... Seriously, if you bump him... What? Oh, hang on. I've got an idea. We hit the gong, we jump up there, that'll attract that guard. Then...
Boys, check out that cell. There's someone there.
There we go. Okay, so... We do that, we do... I knew that. I mean, okay, I've been playing Dark Souls for my stream, and there are bells that you can inadvertently whack that just attract everything, so I'm always cautious when there's noisemakers. Achievement unlocked, Agent 221B. Ha! Nice! Oh, bloody hell.
Hey! What? No!
Really? You've got it screwed the pooch now, Wild.
We need to get out of here.
Bloody hell. Wild. And what did you do now? You unlocked Pandora's box, I'd wager. Okay, let's see what happened, and then I think we might call it a session. I think this is probably a good place to stop.
Lestrade, I'm glad you're here.
What's happened, Mr. Holmes?
We've come from the abandoned St. Patrick's Abbey. I uncovered a gang of armed bandits there who did their best to kill me.
Again, I'll send our best team to arrest them.
Thank you, Lestrade.
I doubt that you'll find anyone left, but if you hurry up, you might just find the spoils left over from their burglaries.
I see.
And I'd be very grateful if you could keep an eye on Mr. Wilde here.
But Holmes!
No, you killed a man, you numbskull. Let's go ahead and talk to him first. Figure what the hell that was about.
Wilde, please try to remember.
Yeah, the slightest detail, etc. Well, apart from the smell of those bandits who kidnapped me, nothing special. And this Jeremiah was spending his time complaining about working for the fart.
I think you mean the Dart.
Yeah, whatever. Jeremiah said that they should all wait till the fart was released. It makes no sense, right?
So part of the Woolworth gang.
Mr. Holmes?
Alright, so let's go ahead and look at these first. So, Jeremiah's... Orson and Jeremiah. Orson intentionally killed Jeremiah. So that was Jeremiah. Interesting. When he saw Holmes there, Orson feared for his life and killed him in self-defense. Let's just take a look at both options as per usual. Nothing. Then we got the on purpose. No. No, definitely not did everything to help. I'm sticking with the obsession. Or ambush. There we go. Obsessed. Orson's a fine actor. Orson's obsessed with the idea of being Holmes. Yes, well, that is true. Let's look at everything else really quickly. We've got Orson and Jeremiah. Threats, debts, testimonial. Threats and debts, those definitely tie in. Imprisoned and income. Okay, so we've got several different options to look at, so let's look at everything. We got the truth, Orson's testimony that Jeremiah works for Percy, the Dart Fleming sounds trustworthy, or Orson is lying about the Dart. He stated that Jeremiah was working for Percy, the Dart Fleming to lead us on the wrong path. Okay. Oh, hang on. The truth. Okay, here we go. A lie. Okay. Then we have Orson concealed all traces of the crime. That is an option. But that goes to Orson Wilde as guilty, but there's more to look at. Let's look at the truth. Detract that and look at... It's possible that Percy the Dart Fleming used Jeremiah for his quote-unquote dirty work because of the latter's debts. Fleming no longer needs the money back. Or Jeremiah owes a large sum of money to the Dart. This is the reason for the blackmail. Less so much. Fleming's motive. He has a strong motive to kill Holmes. He wants revenge due to his long prison spell and resulting financial problems. Yep. Cole's motive, though. Stolen items? Yes, 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 yes. Yeah, okay, well we did... No, it wasn't that. I mean... Well, there was the bomb, though. The plans in his room. That's a tough one. That really is a tough one. I mean, Cole does want me dead. Murder, fright. But then we have on purpose versus coincidence, which I don't believe one iota of. Then we have... I'm sticking with ambush because he didn't have to show up. He is pretty obsessed with me because he can just dress in his own character for the time being. Besides, if Jeremiah wanted Orson dead, he would have done so prior to Holmes showing up. I mean, it took several minutes for us to get out to the courtyard, and he was just poking him with a gun. So we have everything... We have the upset on purpose. He is obsessed. And then ambushed. Yeah. And then... No. Oh. This is tough, man. So we have stolen items over here. So I feel like, okay, yeah, bomb maker, which... So it was handmade by Jeremiah, which goes back to the attempt. But then again, he also had the plan on his table. Cole's motive, yeah, well. Visitor, yeah, okay. Control. It's possible that Percy used Jeremiah for his dirty work because of the debts. He no longer needs the money. Yeah, Orson's lying about the dart. He stated that Jeremiah was working for the dart. He could to lead us on the wrong path, so we do have that idea. Fleming already has the motive to kill me. Jeremiah does owe money to the dart. It could be reason for blackmail. Oh, hey, so Orson Welles' skill to conceal traces. Okay. So we have two options here. Now, I feel like, is that everything? Finally made it. We're out of everything. So we have... So that's going to zap that out of the way. Let's look at the truth. And switch that to money. I feel like there's so many different... It could be possible that Percy used Jeremiah for his dirty work. That could be the case. And Jeremiah did owe a large sum of money to the dart. That could be for the blackmail. But here's the thing, too, is that he's not going to get his money back if that's the case. Fleming already has motive will kill me, but so does Cole. But how did we... How do we get to saying that Jack Cole was guilty, though? I missed that one. This is a tough one. Because I feel like he's obsessed with the idea of being me, so he wanted to kill me to be taking over the persona. When the plan failed, Orson Welles killed Jeremiah. Orson Welles is a cold-blooded murderer. He believes that he is Holmes. He should be sent to the hospital for treatment. He cannot be held responsible for the crime. Let's go back to Cole. How did we get to Cole being the thing? Visitor, Cole, yes. But he's probably paying... Okay, hang on. So I've got an idea. So bear with me one moment. These things are going nowhere. We already know Cole's got motive and Fleming's got motive. Alright, so I'm going to go on a hypothesis here that has nothing to do just with the obsession. Bear with me 1 second. We have Jeremiah, not the bullfrog, but Bum was a good friend of mine. Sorry. So, Jeremiah was merely selling items to Cole to pay back Fleming, and Wilde knows these things because he's trying to be Holmes. So he... This is going to sound like a conspiracy theory, bear with me. So he used... then there's the pipe bomb that was in Jeremiah's office. I feel like Cole could be guilty. I feel like any of these characters could be guilty, but I honestly feel like... Excuse me. I honestly feel like Wilde, in his obsession to be Holmes, knows these backstories of Holmes, and somehow fabricated working with Cole and Fleming to acquire this ability. I feel like these two just kind of came out of nowhere, and that Jeremiah, pretty much for all intents and purposes, was a patsy, and maybe Wilde used his ties to Cole and Fleming. But we can go back and change our conclusions. So let's take a look really quickly, and just, he's a cold-blooded murderer. I want to see about this DID. Let's just take a look, because we can go back.
Mr. Holmes, I'm grateful to you for the opportunity to experience all of these superb sights and smells of criminal life. But I think I've had enough now.
What was the reason for Jeremiah Thorne's death?
Are you joking? Put your deductive skills to work. Self-defense, my dear Watson. Holmes, my dear friend, have you finished with your tyranny against me? Can we go home now?
No. Wilde, I know that you're obsessed with this idea of being me. Most regrettably, it ended with your goal of taking my life, which I find rather excessive. You hired Jeremiah to do the most awkward part, my murder, and after that, you made sure to dispose of him.
What? Are you a lunatic? That Jeremiah was a nobody. I'm the only one here who is able to save you.
Yes, and apparently, you are mentally unstable. Therefore, you cannot be held responsible for this.
Me? Unstable? I'm as fit as a flea. A really big flea.
You will receive treatment at an ideal institution, then. Bedlam.
Oh, no! You're just jealous. Jealous of me.
I do love that look on his face, I'll be honest. 4% of people make the same. Okay, let's go back to look at the conclusions. We've got all the... So we can't... okay. Here we go. So we're going to go back and replay the conclusions really quickly. It's a tough one, man, because he does strike me as being a little, you know, going over the cuckoo's nest.
Mr. Holmes?
So we gotta... Okay, so everything's going back here. But there was the thing about Cole. How did we get back to saying Cole was guilty? No, Orson did not do anything to help me. That is bogus. I'm sticking with Ambush for that. He is an actor. The reporters didn't notice he was not Holmes. Make sure to dress and behave in the same manner. That is true, though. So he can just go on and put on his street clothes whenever that's the case. It is possible that the Dart used Jeremiah for his dirty work because of the latter's debts. He no longer needs the money. No, because he needs the money. That's the reason for the blackmail. If he... Okay, so these can't be changed. The bomb maker, one person, he was the man who we saw in the tavern to make the same attempt on my life. Obviously, yes, attempt. Stolen item, but it goes red if that's the case. And if we change a lie to the truth, and money to control, let me go back to a lie. It still doesn't unlock saying that Cole was guilty. Let's go back to the truth. Murder... Let's look at fright. Go back to a lie. Somehow I feel like we need to see about Fleming being guilty as well, because Fleming's motive. Okay, so let's look at Jack Cole really quickly. Jack Cole is a bandit and a danger to society. There's no one to blame for his brother's ill fortune, but Cole still chose to seek out revenge. His place is in prison. He loves his brother's son, but it is therefore understandable why Cole attempted to kill Holmes. He deserves one more chance and should not be sent to prison. Oh. But he should be in prison. But what about Fleming? I feel like Cole had just like a one-stop shop here. But Jeremiah just brought a bunch of moody goods to Cole. I don't feel like Cole... I feel like Cole is guilty, but I feel like he wouldn't send Jeremiah to do it. I feel like he would send his gang or some other person to take on Holmes. Because he dropped the goods and left. And I still feel like he was using the money to pay back Fleming. Oh, this is tough. This is really tough. I want to condemn Wilde just because of my sheer dislike for him. But I don't want to be dickish about this. I feel like Cole just, I don't feel like the man in the hairlip, which was Jeremiah, had the plans for the bomb. I feel like, oof, God, this is tough. This is really tough. Let's go ahead and condemn him really quickly. Let's go ahead and look at this, and then we'll go back and try and just make our final decision. I do want to look at all of this.
Mr. Cole, I find you guilty of the attempt made on my life.
What? I didn't have anything to do with it.
It's all clear to me you wish to avenge your brother who was left crippled by a stray bullet.
That's just your sick imagination.
Jack Cole, you are a menace to society, and I have no doubt that you'll get an appropriate sentence.
You Scotland Yard dogs.
Constable, take him back to the cells.
5%? No. I don't feel like that's right. I can't accept that decision. I really can't. There's something about Cole that he would not send somebody like Jeremiah, particularly when there's no association whatsoever. I feel like that's not right. Okay, so Orson is lying about the dart. That is right. Switch this back to stolen items. That is intentional. Because he could have knifed him at any point in time, but also I still don't feel like Jeremiah... I feel like Jeremiah was just prodding him along. Like, I honestly feel like Wilde doesn't have the capacity to break glass in the carriage. I feel like this whole thing was a setup. Most of a cold-blooded murderer would not hesitate to sacrifice lives in order to achieve his twisted goals. Let's go ahead and condemn him, and then let's just decide from there. I feel like he definitely is unstable. The more I'm looking at this...
I'm grateful to you for the opportunity to experience all of these superb sights and smells of criminal life. But I think I've had enough now.
What was the reason for Jeremiah Thorne's death?
Are you joking? Put your deductive skills to work. Self-defense, my dear Watson.
That's quite enough, Wilde. I know that you were guilty of the attempt made on my life and of the murder of Jeremiah Thorne.
Holmes, you're my best friend.
What?
Why are you doing this?
Oh, stop all this. The case is solved.
You came to my house for the sole purpose of taking my life. In addition, you hired Jeremiah to do your dirty work. And when you realized his failure, you murdered him to conceal any traces of the crime.
There's no chance of you avoiding the gallows.
Gallows? Absolutely not. That would mess up my hair.
No, he's definitely... I'm going to go with the mentally unstable option. I honestly feel like the man is a little bit daft. I feel like... And here's the other reason, too. Maybe I'm digging too far into this. They would not have thrust Wilde into my life in this game without some sort of semblance of him being a major plot point. They would not just do it for the sake of annoyance. They would find some other way to include Cole and Fleming into this without Wilde bursting in on things. So I am going to go with he's guilty, but I feel like he's definitely got DID. So therefore, I'm going to go with this, and we're going to stick with it. We've been playing for over an hour now, so I feel like we need to
Mr.
close
Holmes,
this
I'm
quest
grateful
out.
to you for the opportunity to experience all of these superb sights and smells of criminal life. But I think I've had enough now.
What was the reason for Jeremiah Thorne's death?
Are you joking? Put your deductive skills to work. Self-defense, my dear Watson. Holmes, my dear friend, have you finished with your tyranny against me? Can we go home now?
No.
Absolutely not.
Wilde, I know that you're obsessed with this idea of being me. Most regrettably, it ended with your goal of taking my life, which I find rather excessive. You hired Jeremiah to do the most awkward part, my murder, and after that, you made sure to dispose of him.
What? Are you a lunatic? That Jeremiah was a nobody. I'm the only one here who is able to save you.
Yes, and apparently, you are mentally unstable. Therefore, you cannot be held responsible for this.
Me? Unstable? I'm as fit as a flea. A really big flea.
You will receive treatment at an ideal institution, then. Bedlam.
No! You're just jealous. Jealous of me.
I do love that facial expression. So I found all 20 clues. He believes... While I disagree with the way DID is being portrayed in this game, well, I strongly disagree at DID. I don't feel like that's the thing. I do definitely agree that Wilde is a little bit off and feel like all points lead to him. And that's not because... And I am doing this from a neutral position. I'm not doing this just because I extremely dislike him. So I'm going to go ahead and accept this decision. We're going to move on to the next case, and we're going to close it out. But of course, I want to hear your opinion on this one. I do want to see, what did you think? Who would you have picked? Would you have done Cole? Would you have done Fleming? Or would you have stuck with Wilde? And why? Achievement unlocked. Lock, stock, and 2 smoking detectives. Oh my god. Next quest. Next case. Chain reaction. Let's get the introduction to this. Let's see where we go from there. Still have to record... I'm going to try and record Land of Pain this evening. Give my voice a few hours rest. If you couldn't tell, it's still a little bit on the husky side. But I did have a good stream last night. We had a lot of fun finishing Dishonored.
Holmes, you simply have to face up to it. You need to have a serious discussion with Kate about her origins.
I can't.
No more excuses. She will learn soon enough that Alice is leaving. This other hidden secret. She will not forgive you.
She does not need to know why.
No? So she will blame you for Alice's departure. Is that what you want?
No, I certainly... It's as Kate said, I always do the wrong thing where she's concerned.
Now look here. I'll take care of your case once we're back at Baker's.
Watson.
Cabby, why have we stopped?
The road to the square is blocked, sir.
Why?
There's been a bad road accident.
Oh, splendid.
Wow. Holy crap.
We'd better hurry. There may be injured who need help. He has stopped breathing. There's no heartbeat. His pupils are constricted, but they are moving. He is still alive. I must act
CPR.
quickly to save him.
Oh god, QTE. Bloody hell. Shoot. Well, this got off to a roaring start. Breathe, damn you. Come on.
Thank goodness. This man will live.
Whew. This game definitely started off on the right foot.
Holmes, don't just stand there. Do something.
Well, this really does feel like it's a good place to stop. We started a new line. I feel... we better...
Don't worry, I'm okay.
Come on. Examine. Come on, wake, damn you.
There are no wounds or injuries. I'd better call for Watson.
Okay, I feel like we're getting way too intense here, so I think this really is a good place for us to stop for now. Yeah, we've been playing for over an hour and 15 minutes now, so I should probably call it quits. Otherwise, I'd be playing this game all day. But I'm enjoying this so far. I really, really am. Thank you, Silverleaf, for getting this for me. I am having a blast. But, of course, my opinion does not matter. Only y'all's does. So let me know in the comments below. Once again, what decision would you have made with the last case? I'm going to try and get back to recording this maybe tomorrow, maybe Sunday. We shall see. I do have a review coming up. But let me know. You know, besides what you would have done in the last case, how do you like my style? Is there anything I could do better on, worse on, that kind of thing? So anyways, with that being said, before I call it a morning, if you like the Sonic Boogie project and you want to check out more, I do have a Twitter page as well as a public Discord channel, and links to both of those are in the description below, as well as a link to my Twitch page. And if you have some money you just want to throw it without throwing off a bridge, then you want to give to a less than noble cause, my Patreon account. So otherwise, with that being said, y'all have a fantastic Friday, and I'll catch you on the flip side, alright? Peace.